God has plans for you. In a small village, nestled between two rivers and surrounded by dense forests, lived a boy named Arav. He was the son of a carpenter and a weaver, a simple child with curious eyes and a heart that often questioned the purpose of life. Arav had never excelled in school. He struggled with reading, numbers confused him, and he often felt like a disappointment. While his classmates dreamt of becoming doctors or engineers, Arav felt lost. What am I good for? He would often ask himself. Why did God even make me this way? His parents were kind but worried. His father hoped Arav would one day take over his carpentry work, but Arav's hands trembled with the tools. His mother tried to teach him weaving, but he lacked the rhythm and patience. The villagers whispered that he was a child with no direction. Some even said he was cursed with a lazy mind. But Arav had one gift. He could listen. Truly listen. Every day, people came to the Riverside Temple, a quiet stone structure guarded by banyan trees, to pray, cry, and speak to the old priest, Baba Veer. Arav, often sitting in the shadows unnoticed, would listen to their stories. An old woman grieving her dead son, a young man fearful of leaving for war, a couple who had lost all hope of having a child. Arav listened, remembered, and felt every word. He never interrupted. He never advised. He just understood. Years passed. Arav turned 18 and still had no trade, no job, and no prospects. One day, feeling utterly useless, he climbed a hill outside the village with the intention of not coming back. I have no purpose, he whispered into the wind. I am nothing. If God exists, why did he make me this way? He sat on the edge of a cliff, tears clouding his vision. As the sun began to set, he heard footsteps. It was Baba Veer, walking slowly with the help of a staff. You came all the way up here just to cry? The old man said gently. Arav didn't answer. His shame was too heavy. Baba sat beside him in silence. After a while, he said, You know, people say God speaks in thunder, in scripture, or in dreams. But sometimes, God speaks through silence, through people like you. Arav looked at him, puzzled. The priest smiled. Do you know how many lives you've touched? That woman who lost her son, you were the only one who sat with her every evening after that. The young man who went to war, you gave him courage just by listening. And that couple now has a daughter, they named her Ara, after you. Not because you did anything magical, but because your presence made them feel heard by God. Arav blinked. He had never realized. You think God has no plans for you? Baba Veer continued. You are his plan. You are the ear that hears when no one listens, the heart that understands what words cannot say. Your purpose was never in tools or numbers. Your gift is invisible, and that makes it even more powerful. The old man stood and offered a hand. Come. The world needs you. God has plans for you, even if you can't see them yet. That night, Arav walked down the hill, not as a boy lost in his own worthlessness, but as someone chosen not for what he could do, but for what he could be. The village grew, and so did Arav's reputation. Not as a carpenter or a priest, but as someone people came to from miles away, for comfort, for peace, for hope. He never charged a coin, never gave grand advice. He simply listened, and in that listening, people found healing. When Baba Veer passed away, the villagers asked Arav to take his place. Arav refused the title, but continued the work. Now sitting under the same banyan tree, guiding lives without ever pretending to have all the answers. Above the temple, carved in stone by the villagers, were the words, "God has plans for you, and sometimes you are the plan."